Hi, I am Donna Woodworth, a physical therapist and one of the owners of Our First Year. Today, I want to talk to you about playing with your new baby. Although first, I want to bring to your attention some of the things in your lives that may be interfering with your baby's playtime, and then give you some ideas to enhance your baby's developmental skills through play. First of all, we love our baby containers, and here's an example of some of them. Besides the needed car seat, there's the bouncy seat and swing, just to name a few. So why do parents love them? They are safe forms of transportation and support, especially from accidents. Parents believe that leaving a baby in a container keeps them protected. And with our busy lifestyles today, they are very convenient. However, their use needs to be limited because they restrict a baby's movement, being confined to a very small space for playtime. Your baby will only see and hear from the confinement of the carrier. They will have a difficult time learning balance from the way they shift when you hold them in your arms or on your hip. They will not learn to lift their head up when lying on the floor. And all this prolonged immobilization can lead to delays in a baby's developmental skills, like rolling, crawling, and walking. With this container baby lifestyle today, using them too often will impact their cognitive and physical development, because babies need to explore and move about their environment, which is critical to learning. None of this will happen if a baby is placed in a container all the time. So let us ask ourselves, why are there so many baby containers? One of the main reasons is all the way back in 1992, new guidelines were established to help prevent SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, which was thought to be caused by infants sleeping on their stomach. And in 1994, the phrase back to sleep was coined to remind parents to place their baby on their back to sleep and clear the crib of soft blankets, pillows, and stuffed toys. This was all intended to keep the baby's airway free of obstacles. So as a result, babies were spending a lot of time lying on their back or in a baby container, which mentioned earlier, this does not allow a baby to move its neck, spine, or body freely. Also, there is a potential for development of head and face deformities. The medical term is plagiocephaly, and it occurs when an infant's soft skull becomes flattened in one area. This is due to the repeated pressure on one part of the head, most commonly the back of the head. A baby may have decreased muscle strength and coordination because they are not given opportunities to move about and explore their environment. This additionally can lead to speech, sight, hearing, and thinking problems, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, and obesity. As a physical therapist, this has been such a concern that the American Physical Therapy Association has a website offering guidelines for what has been coined the container baby syndrome and how to avoid this syndrome. So let's ask what parents and caregivers can do. One of the most important things to do is stress tummy time. Tummy time is when a baby is awake and spends time on their tummy. It will help your baby develop the neck, back, and shoulder muscles required to achieve developmental milestones. For example, when they start to push up on their hands and roll over for the first time. The skills learned while your baby is on their tummy are essential for later development. It strengthens their hands for fine motor skills they will need later in school. And it helps prevent those flat spots on the back of your baby's head, as mentioned earlier. So all of this has resulted in a tummy time dilemma. Since the 1990s anti-SIDS campaign, parents and caregivers are reluctant to place their baby on their tummy. However, the number of children with mild developmental delays thought to be associated with spending more time on their backs and less time on their stomachs has increased. A baby who has been fully supported in a container for most of the day might express unhappiness and cry when placed on their tummy for play, because this position requires more work for your baby. Many parents and caregivers are confused and think the crying means the tummy position is not good, so they place the baby back in the container because no one wants to hear their baby cry. So there are plenty ways to build tummy time into your day and in different positions. Tummy to tummy with your baby lying on your tummy, on the floor and get down on their eye level, across your lap when you're sitting down. Take a tummy minute when you're changing their diaper, and you can carry them in a tummy down position. So here are some tummy time tips. You can start as soon as your baby is born. Start with a few minutes at a time, several times a day, then working up to an hour per day in spurts by 3 months of age. Be in front of your baby during tummy time to encourage interaction and bonding. Put toys within your baby's reach to help your baby learn to play and interact with his or her surroundings, which will eventually start getting them to move. So always remember, back to sleep, tummy to play. So now let's look at screen time for your baby. So how much screen time is okay for your babies and toddlers? Well, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends keeping all screens off around babies and toddlers younger than 18 months. Yes, that is right. Wait until 18 months old. Screen time doesn't offer any real benefits, and it could lead to health and developmental problems down the road. Furthermore, the phone is not to be used as an electronic babysitter. In my research on babies and screen time, I was surprised that in 2017, a survey carried out by Baby Center revealed that 2 out of 3 babies watch movies, television shows, or online videos. Not only that, they start young. The survey revealed that 16% started before they're 3 months old, 1/2 of the babies, 50%, by age 7 months, and overall, as many as 1 out of 5 babies watches more than 3 hours a day. Let me say this again. Screen time doesn't offer any real benefits, and it could lead to health and developmental problems down the road. And one of the problems is language development. Until they're about 2.5 years old, young children don't learn effectively, just passively from watching something on a screen, whether it is a TV, computer, tablet, or cell phone. Babies and toddlers learn to speak by interacting with parents and caregivers, and let me emphasize, interacting. They will pick up on sounds, words, body language, and eye contact. So talking to your baby is very important. Even it is when you go about narrating your day about what you're doing at that time. For example, you can talk to your baby when you are cooking or out and about shopping. Also, keep in mind, your child also needs quiet time to sit and babble and experiment with his or her voice. They will not get this if they are passively watching a screen. One of the most important ways your baby can learn language is by reading to them, and start early on. Yes, and that means newborns. A study in 2018 entitled Reading Aloud, Play and Social Emotional Development, the researchers found that when parents read, played, and interacted with their children, behaviors such as aggression, hyperactivity, and difficulty with attention decreased. In addition, this was also shown to increase children's language skills and cognition. Now, who does not want that for their baby? So now let us look at why our first year is so passionate regarding the importance of playing with your baby and providing the right toys and activities. In 2007, the American Academy of Pediatrics stated, "Play is essential to development because it contributes to the cognitive, physical, social, and emotional well-being of children and youth. Play also offers an ideal opportunity for parents to engage fully with their children." Again, let me emphasize, engage fully. To quote Mr. Rogers, play is often talked about as if it were a relief from serious learning. But for children, play is serious learning. Play is really the work of childhood, and it can begin as early as when they are newborns. Even though your newborns cannot hold toys or take part in games, even the newest of newborns will get bored and lonely if parents and caregivers do not interact with them during their wakeful periods. It starts, as noted earlier, by talking to them, holding them, and letting them feel the rhythmic sway of your body and giving them many things to look at. As they grow out of that newborn phase, further guidelines from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Emphasis should be placed on the advantages of active play and discourages parents from the overuse of passive entertainment, such as TV, computer games, and tablets. It is through play that babies engage and interact in the world around them. And another guideline from the American Academy of Pediatrics, pediatricians should emphasize the benefits of true toys such as balls and blocks, and you can see this baby is using all of her senses for exploratory play. So again, when should a baby start playing? You can start playing with your baby at birth. Infants will learn about their body and environment through sensory motor play. That is to say, all 5 senses with the combination of movement. So instead of do this. Parents and caregivers, put your baby on the floor to discover their environment, supervised of course. Talk to your baby, narrate your day, make eye contact and facial expressions. Sing to your baby, read a book, make them laugh. The toys included in our first year backpack, along with the research-based activity cards, will highlight how to best enhance your child's fine motor, gross motor, speech, language, and social skills. Remember, it's all in the bag.